President Obama once again reminding America the fight against ISIS is not a fight against Islam.
Terrorists like ISIL are trying to divide us along lines of religion and background. That's how they stoke fear. That's how they recruit. I'll say it again. Prejudice and discrimination helps ISIL, and it undermines our national security.
That's right. You're helping ISIS because you're a bigot. Is that true? Joining me now, President and CEO of the National Center for Policy Analysis and a Fox News contributor, Lieutenant Colonel Alan West. Colonel, it's great to see you this morning. Is that true?
Morning,
ISIS is fighting the West because Americans are bigoted?
No, that's absolutely inaccurate. And what you have seen once again is President Obama evidencing his delusional, dangerous attitude toward dealing with ISIS. You have a president that does not want to take any responsibility, takes no accountability for what has happened. Al-Qaeda in Iraq was defeated. Because of his campaign promise, his intransigent ideology, he withdrew all troops from Iraq, and now they reconstituted, regenerated as the Islamic State. And so it is very easy for the president to blame Americans. It's very easy for the president, instead of dealing with this terrorist attack that we had, to come out and talk about an executive order on background checks. And you just showed the soundbite from yesterday. The president is more so concerned about being a leader on the weather and this massive wealth redistribution scheme across the world.
So you say the president hasn't taken responsibility, but he wants the American people to take responsibility for ISIS. He said this many times. They have too many guns. They drive SUVs, which cause global warming and incite ISIS. And as he often says in virtually every speech he gives, you're bigots. Do you think that he believes that? It seems to me like he does.
Well, the thing is, you have to create a narrative that is relative to your reality. The president does not want to accept the reality that we have a violent, vicious enemy. It is Islamic terrorism, Islamic jihadism. It spans from Boko Haram in Africa all the way over to Abu Sayyaf in the Philippines. And in between, we have the Taliban, ISIS, Hamas, Hezbollah. You know, when Leon Klinghoffer was pushed off the Achille Lauro into the Mediterranean Sea, it did not happen because of the weather, Tucker. It did not happen because Americans were bigoted. It happened because you have a theocratic, political, totalitarian ideology that hates the West, its freedoms, and its liberties.
The president still wants to close Gitmo, should he?
No, he should not. At this point in time, we should not be receding the enemy as far as their leadership, and we saw that just last week with the gentleman that was released, and he's now a leader with Al-Qaeda in Yemen.
So do you think he's going to continue to push for that? And is there a way to close Gitmo in the coming years, or do you think it'll be open indefinitely?
No, I think the president, once again, will base the decision upon campaign promises that he made in 2009, and he will continue to do that, even though Article 1, Section 8, Clause 11 of the Constitution says that only the Congress can deal in matters of captures on land and water. So the president is, once again, doing something that is in violation of the Constitution and in violation of his own law with the National Defense Authorization Act when he released those 5 leaders of the Taliban.
We're in a post-constitutional moment, no question. Colonel West, thanks for joining us this morning.
That's right. Thank you so much, Tucker.